question everything. So here we go, with the Palestinian-Israel conflict, now AKA that ugly word, war. But, at the end of the day, no one suffers more than the actual citizens on both sides. The people that have nothing to do with the military or the representatives that call themselves leaders. Those are the people that suffer the most. And nobody suffers more than the babies on both sides, But it's very tricky here in America to even speak on these issues, because it's almost as if the media and how the system is set up here in America, it's like they don't want you to talk about the Palestinians' plight and what the Palestinians have been going through. But is that fair? Is that fair to humanity and being humans here on Earth when it comes to dealing with human issues? Because let's face it, we are human here, right? And anywhere a loss of life is a loss of life to everyone, because it's human lives. And no one wants to lose their life. No one. That's just the reality to it. Life is precious, and you only get one experience in this reality of what it called life. And we all want to have the greatest experience that we could possibly have. So with that stated, a ceasefire would be the best interest for both parties. Why? Because civilian lives are at risk here. Baby lives are at risk here on either side. No one wants to see that ugly word war. It's destructive on all levels, whether it be Israel or Palestine. Neither or need to be in a conflict that takes away life, especially when it comes to the people that's writing it out. Because the people that's writing it out, that got their suits and ties on and sitting around away from the war, they're not at threat. It's the young folks that are going into these battles, the so-called soldiers who have family that really probably don't really have no real understanding or real ties in to what they're being sent out to do. They're there to do a job, and their job is destructive in the sense of what it means to be war. So, talking about these plights, especially when it comes to Israel, these realities are serious when it comes to what's happening to the Palestinians and what has happened to the Palestinians. They are not as powerful as Israel. That's just the truth from what we understand. Why? Because we know for a fact that our tax dollars help fund Israel. Even right now, you got Joe Biden talking about sending them $100 billion. $100 billion of our tax dollars. Rather if we for it or not, the system doesn't care. We don't even get a vote in where our tax dollars go when it comes to their foreign affairs. They just do what they do as they please, to be honest. So with that, it's the same plight when it comes to the Aboriginal Negroes of America. We pay taxes to help everybody else's plight out, but we can't get reparations from a government that has did us real wrong under crimes against humanity. When it comes to Holocaust, when it comes to genocide, when it comes to massacres, this government has done that all to all of us that are Aboriginal Negroes, the true American Aboriginals. This is just the reality. Now, what's to say about that? We take a blind eye to what's being done to the Aboriginal Negroes of America, and then at the same time they take a blind eye to this plight of ours. They make us pay tax dollars to be able to help fund everyone else's plight. And then when you speak on it, then you're violating community guidelines and many other different things that certain platforms won't allow you to speak on our own plight. But they want to push everybody else's plight down your neck and use your tax dollars that you're paying to actually fund everybody else's economic struggle. But when it comes to the Aboriginal economic struggle, nobody cares. When it comes to anti-black hatred, no one cares. But we got to live it. We got to live it on a regular basis. We got to walk around and drive around America knowing that KKK still got a foundation here and an organization here in America. The same white colonizer militias that brought terror and chaos to us, they still sitting around with the same militias with no problems, as if they're sitting on standby for whenever they want to bring terror to our people again. Not to mention, every time we turn around, you got law enforcement talking about they gotta get retrained for how they treat us. They've been getting retrained for what? Since I've been born, literally. And before, how much training do they need to stop brutalizing our people? Constitutional talking our people, domestic terrorizing our people. But we can't get justice. We can't get reparations. But we gotta bow down to everybody else's struggle and what everybody else is going through. So when we're caring about everybody else's lives, because we're human beings and we're supposed to care about all other people's plight and other people's lives as humans, there's no other nation coming to the bat for our cries, for our nation. We're in a struggle under our oppressors' children who maintain our oppression. If the shoe fit, wear it. Let's just put that out there, because not everybody is on that level. But if the shoe fit, wear it. That's what it is. This ain't about feelings. This is about truth. So with that, we are forced to pay tax dollars to everybody else's circumstance and everybody else's plight, but no one is concerned about our plight and our struggle. This is just the reality. We're impoverished, and our poverty is being maintained, keeping us in ghetto slums and hoods without no economic growth and no resources coming to our communities. And in turn, they capitalize off of it by opening up jobs that we don't get in abundance, which is state jobs and police jobs and CO jobs and probation officer jobs and parole officer jobs and all these different jobs that continuously to keep us mass incarcerated as they open up private prisons due to us struggling in our communities with no type of resources or economic coming there. Even got histories of letting you know we redlined you. Redlining meaning, hey, we pretty much bar you from getting any type of loans, any type of grants, any type of funding to come to your communities. And we don't get no recourse for this. For all the things that we have been done under and done, has been done to us here in this country, this government ain't trying to help us. Remember, they told us when it comes to our plight, where they gonna get the money from. And then turned around and turned their back on us and gave over $50 billion to Ukraine in a war that take lives. Just like right now, they want to give $100 billion to Israel that take lives. We're trying to save lives by uplifting our people and our nation and bettering our communities to beat back what we have in the areas of poverty, to stop crime from being so flourishing in our communities based off of poverty. But they don't want to give funding to us to combat crime in our communities, to stop crime in all communities that are happening under our watch when it comes to our people. And this is the reality to it. But you and I right now can take the phone and Google how much they owe us in reparations right now as we speak, legally, by law. But hey, this is where we at today in a world of chaos as we continue to move forward into a destructive future, controlled and manipulated and led by these so-called intelligent thinkers that we call leaders and appointed representatives. Well, if they're intelligent, then we don't need intelligence at all. Because under their watch, all we see is destruction, war, pollution, poverty, and greed and corruption. And with that, I just don't get it. I just don't understand it. But that is the question. You let me know. Peace, peace.